Apologies for the bad audio and bad video, but this is the C64, the Maxi edition, and I just wanted to show you something. It has got one extremely small modification, which is very easy to do, to the file system. Basically, you just boot the X-Windows support that somebody made. I'll show you that here in a little bit, but first let's kick something off here. So here's the C64 OS booting. It's gonna default to the file manager, which is what I used last. Here it is. Let's go ahead and launch chess, and we'll just hit Commodore back arrow to show the board, and also can just show the raster split right here. Control Commodore H to go home. It's going to load back into File Manager. If we go up here to Utilities, we'll run drives. 8 is a floppy that's not attached, so it's a 12 is an IDE64. And if we hit Commodore L for launcher, switch back to the app launcher. 64 OS, about this app. So you can see that this the C64 Maxi is happily running the C64 OS. So we will exit out of here with Commodore Control Q. So we're back to this. We'll pop the menu, go to Options, Device Settings, System Information. Yeah, I'll apply this update, which is basically just going to boot me into an X-Window environment that someone else set up. Thank you. Takes a little bit to boot. It's booting from a USB stick, of course. So we'll get rid of this here real quick, and I'll show you here. So if we look at the mount, the internal NAND B is mounted right here. Okay, so let's CD into /mount NAND B. Let's do an ls-l. And what you can see here is that I have a ide.cfa symlink to /mount/ide.cfa. So /mount/ide.cfa is going to be on the USB stick when the C64 OS itself is booted. Here in this setup, that's mounted a little bit differently. That's why this symlink is not, it's red, because it's pointing to somewhere that doesn't exist currently. So that's the only change you need to make to your file system, and you would just say, I use S, F, which gets rid of the link, but you can just say mount ide.cfa to current directory. So that removed it and then re-added it. So we'll look at it again, and there it is. So we exit, and that's how you modify the C64 Maxi to run the C64 OS. Here it's going to reboot after exiting the X-Window system, and once it boots back up into classic mode here, I'm going to hit the menu, go to media access again, and the key here is that IDE.DOS 2022-09-26 C64 beta. So this is like the version 0.91 beta. And if you use that, so you just highlight that with your joystick, hit the second button from the left, which is a little rocket down below, that is going to attach and launch this cartridge. So you don't really see it, but IDE64 is in there. If you want to actually try to see the boot menu, I'll just go in here and I'll say reset computer, and then we'll see IDE64 attaching. Okay, there it is. We'll just launch this thing. Here it loaded. Look at this. So I've got it configured already for device 12 partition 1, so I don't need to make any more changes. We'll just run this again, and we'll just boot it back up so you can see it's still booting after I booted into X and messed with my Symlink. So there it is. Leave a message in the comments if you run into any trouble, but basically I created a ide.cfa, using VICE under Linux, and installed C64 OS in there. Not really going to cover that part in the video here, but there you go. Thanks.